Hi everyone, welcome to my video. This is about my culture, and to start off I have my first little object here. This is my dog Dodger, and the reason that I picked him, I have a couple reasons that I put him in my video, but one being kind of like millennial culture. It's all about like get dogs and then buy a house so you have room to put your dogs. And I'm definitely one of those people that's like love having dogs and I need a backyard for my dogs. You know, dogs instead of kids, all of that. That's a huge part of my culture right now. And so yeah, that's my dog Dodger. And then by his name, you can assume that he's named after a specific baseball team. So something huge in my family, my dad is from West Covina, which is right outside of Anaheim, about 2 hours from LA. And so they were really big Dodgers fans. And so sports growing up was always something that was like a really big deal in my house. And that translated into my dog being named Dodger, who is falling asleep. He's over this. So sports is a big part of my culture in California. Going to Disneyland, being around my family, all of that stuff is a huge part of what makes me who I am. The next item is this little recipe card. It's a coffee, but what this word spells is punchki. So back to my dad's side actually, my grandma, we called her Busha, was Polish, and so something that has made me who I am in my culture is that Polish side. And then learning more about that and the treats and all the memories. And then tying into that recipe card, something that is also big in my culture and my family is food and how food brings family together. Lots of memories of like Christmas dinners and Thanksgiving dinners and all of that fun stuff. My next item is just a flute book. So something that has been really big in my culture, I guess would be like my music community, doing middle school and high school band growing up, and then doing marching band at BSU for 3 years, and then working for high school marching bands and doing music in church and doing music with friends and everything. Like I've always had music in my life and I've always had a music culture around me, and I've been around people who do music, so that is a big part. And then this next item is a hymn book. I don't know what that is, it's really old. But this is a hymn book from the LDS church. So I grew up LDS, and even though that isn't something that I practice anymore, it's still a huge part of who makes me who I am. So my mom's side, a lot of them traveled across the plains to Utah to get here. So like I grew up going to that church, singing all the songs. And I do carry some of those values with me, but that's an interesting part of my culture, especially living in Meridian, Idaho, where it's predominantly white, and then also living in a neighborhood where it's mostly LDS. So I had a lot of good friends growing up, had that kind of church family, and then a lot of my mom's side was Mormon, and they did the Mormon trail. So that's part of who I am. And then the next item is actually